Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel where football never takes a day off. And today, we dive into a quarterback saga that's quietly brewing in Cleveland, a situation loaded with decisions, expectations, and a whole lot of drama behind the scenes. Buckle up, because the Browns' quarterback room might be the most intriguing one heading into this season. So where exactly do the Cleveland Browns stand when it comes to trading either Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel? Well, let's rewind a bit. This offseason, the Browns made it clear, very clear in fact, that they were open to carrying not one, not two, not three, but 4 quarterbacks into Week 1. A bold claim in a league where most teams stick to 2 or 3 at most. But as we all know, what a team says publicly and what happens behind closed doors can be 2 very different stories. Industry insiders immediately suspected that at least one of those quarterbacks wouldn't be around by the time the regular season kicked off. Why? Because carrying 4 signal callers on an active roster is incredibly rare in today's NFL. And with seasoned veterans like Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett sitting atop the depth chart, the logical assumption was that the rookies, Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, might be trade bait or potential cuts before Week 1. But here's where it gets interesting. League insiders are now reporting that's not the Browns' plan at all. In fact, according to NFL Network's Cameron Wolfe, Cleveland is not planning to move on from either rookie quarterback. Not now, not before the season starts. This report aligns perfectly with what General Manager Andrew Berry has been preaching. He said it 3 times for emphasis. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely willing to keep all 4 quarterbacks on the 53-man roster into the regular season. But let's be honest, NFL front offices love to play the long game, and trade rumors are still floating in the air. If someone's getting moved, many believe it'll be a veteran, either Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco. Now Pickett, a former first-rounder from 2022, is already drawing interest from multiple teams because of his draft pedigree and potential upside. Meanwhile, Flacco remains a reliable veteran option, but with just a 1-year deal in place, he's the textbook definition of expendable once the coaching staff makes its decision. Now, what about the rookies? Where does that leave Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders? Well, for now, both are securely on the roster, but that doesn't mean it's smooth sailing. Dillon Gabriel, who was drafted in the 3rd round, has already taken first-team reps during minicamps and reportedly looked sharp in 11-on-11 drills. Shedeur Sanders, a 5th-round selection, hasn't yet sniffed any first-team action, and that gap is telling. The perception inside the building and across the league is that Gabriel is a step ahead. Former NFL receiver T.J. Houshmandzadeh even weighed in recently, saying this quarterback battle is really coming down to Kenny Pickett or Dillon Gabriel, subtly placing Sanders 4th on the depth chart. To make matters a little more complicated for Shedeur Sanders, he's been dealing with off-field headlines as well. 2 alleged speeding citations during minicamp raised concerns about his decision-making, feeding into an already sensitive narrative. To his credit, Sanders has spoken publicly about those mistakes, owning up to them and emphasizing that youthful errors won't define him. He's determined to stay focused, learn from those missteps, and keep building toward his future. And while neither rookie is realistically threatening the veteran duo for a starting job this early in the season, the Browns are playing the long game. Both Gabriel and Sanders are under team control for at least 4 seasons, giving Cleveland valuable roster flexibility. It's a calculated strategic patience that allows the Browns to develop both quarterbacks, evaluate them deep into the season, and possibly flip one for future draft capital in 2026 if either flashes starting potential. Plus, let's not forget, Cleveland is in the midst of constructing a brand new state-of-the-art indoor stadium. A project like that signals ambition, future planning, and a franchise committed to long-term success. And part of that long-term success could very well include grooming a young quarterback to eventually lead the team. Whether that ends up being Gabriel or Sanders remains to be seen, but for now, both rookies are sticking around. So, Browns fans and NFL diehards, the quarterback drama in Cleveland isn't over. In fact, it's just getting started. Will a veteran get moved before Week 1? Could one of these rookies surprise everyone in preseason? Or will Cleveland really head into the season with 4 quarterbacks, something rarely seen in modern football? Cleveland, that could change the future of the Browns' quarterback room forever. Imagine a fallen star turning into a guiding light for the next generation. That's exactly what's happening with Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. And trust me, you're going to want to hear every bit of this. This offseason, as Deshaun Watson recovers from his re-aggravated Achilles injury, he's stepping into a whole new role, not just as a player, but as a mentor to Cleveland's young quarterbacks. And among those young guns is none other than Shedeur Sanders, the son of NFL Hall of Famer Dillon Sanders. Yes, you heard that right. The football royal family just got another chapter added to their legacy in Cleveland. Watson, who's expected to miss most, if not the entire 2025 season, has become a steady source of wisdom and support for the four quarterbacks battling for the starting job. We're talking about Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and of course Shedeur Sanders. According to a report by Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com, Watson has taken Shedeur especially under his wing, acting as a mentor and big brother figure inside the quarterback room. Sources say Watson's energy in the meeting rooms has been electric. He's become the ultimate teammate, a cheerleader, motivator, and advisor for the young signal callers trying to win that coveted starting spot. And when it comes to Shedeur, the 23-year-old former Colorado Buffaloes quarterback, Watson's guidance is reportedly making a real difference. Cabot shared that Watson has been helping Shedeur get up to speed with the Browns' complex system, and the young QB is catching on fast. Now here's where it gets even more personal. Back in October 2024, when Watson suffered his initial Achilles injury, Dillon Sanders himself publicly showed support for Deshaun, a gesture that won over many in the Cleveland fan base. And now it seems Watson is returning the favor by taking Dillon's son under his wing, a move full of heart, respect, and football brotherhood. Of course, Watson's future in Cleveland remains one of the biggest question marks this offseason. After re-tearing his Achilles and undergoing surgery in January, things took a harsh turn. Just 2 months later, Browns owner Jimmy Haslam made headlines by calling the $230 million Watson experiment a failure, admitting at the NFL owners' meeting that the franchise took a big swing and miss when they brought him in. Let's rewind a bit. The Browns traded for Watson in March 2022 and handed him a staggering 5-year, $230 million fully guaranteed contract. But things didn't go as planned. Watson was suspended for the first 11 games and managed to play in just 13 regular season games across the 2023 and 2024 seasons due to injuries. With Watson's availability in jeopardy for this upcoming season, the Browns went shopping. They acquired Eagles backup quarterback Kenny Pickett in a March trade, signed veteran Joe Flacco in April, and made moves in the NFL draft by selecting Dillon Gabriel in the 3rd round and Shedeur Sanders in the 5th after an unexpected 3-day draft slide. And mark your calendars, because Cleveland kicks off their season at home against the Bengals on September 7th. Will it be a veteran like Flacco, a young gun like Pickett, a surprise rookie like Gabriel, or the rising star Shedeur Sanders who takes that first snap? One thing's for sure, with Deshaun Watson mentoring from the sidelines, these quarterbacks are in good hands. Before you go, let us know in the comments. Who do you think will win the Browns' starting quarterback job? And do you believe Shedeur Sanders has what it takes to become a franchise QB under Deshaun Watson's mentorship? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this Browns quarterback drama is just getting started, and you won't want to miss a second of it. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.